Black helicopter crowd notion of tyranny's always lurking just around the corner. Heresy. They're making it crazy, but now they're right. Black helicopter crowd really is upset.
The people are stupid and they're drunk. There'll be a revolution and they're going to lose. There are too many guns and too many people ready to fight them. I am a man of peace, but we have gangsters running this country. Criminals, gangsters.
We're normal. We see total criminal takeover, the death of freedom.
It is the most corrupt, degenerate, criminal government in American history. I'm trying to awaken people, but look at the morons around you. They're zombies.
You're listening to Black Helicopter News on the Armageddon Records Network. And now here's your host.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. And today we're joined by Jay Hernandez.
What's up?
Host of Mine's podcast. Just saw an interesting article today about why is it that we see ghosts at night? Why don't we see them during the day? And it went into like a little bit of a scientific breakdown of how there's different brain states.
Right.
I don't have the article in front of me. And your brain can reach these different states through relaxation. During the night, when you're sleeping, your mind is essentially turned off, but it is still functioning. So you're in kind of in-between consciousness right there. That is why we see ghosts at night, because our mind is relaxed.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps a bit raw from going all day.
And coincidentally, the witching hour is 3 a.m., and I'm getting the chills because I wake up in the middle of the night. So I'm going to be having some nightmares. No. But it's scary to think that these things are around at all times. Everywhere we walk, there had to have been someone dead or murdered.
Yeah.
In like every inch. What if an evil genius, like in the plot to Ghostbusters, creates a device to heighten paranormal activity?
Right.
But even so, we are becoming more attuned to this. Ghost hunter shows, more popular than ever. The Ghostbusters reboot.
Yeah.
Right? And The Conjuring 2. Recently. An older gentleman died watching that. He had a heart attack watching
Get out.
that.
Actually, no, I did hear something about that now.
He was taken to a hospital and he died.
Been hearing about The Conjuring all day.
Paranormal bookstores opening up all over.
Which, you ever kind of take a second to just think that, like, those are a front, but in the most clever way where they're actually really studying those things, but it's probably looked at by most people as like, oh, look at the funny paranormal story, but, like, they're really Ghostbusters in there.
That would be great, because we need someone watching our back like that, a little secret society of Egons.
Hidden in plain view, yeah.
You know what? I've had a guest on this show that is a legitimate ghost hunter. He will search historical old buildings, hunting for ghosts. He teaches a class on paranormal investigating. He told me in episode 10...
Check it out.
You got to check out the episode. Basically, he was talking about demons and ghosts. And somebody asked him, is there a demon or a ghost in this building right now? And he said no. And all of a sudden, a picture on the wall flung off the wall. He did a quick investigation. I think he had like a Ouija board there, like he does wine glass seances.
Right.
He asked if it was a demon, and it said no. But you can't trust the demon because they'll lie. So just think about this. I mean, we got to remain somewhat skeptical, but everywhere we walk, there's demons, ghosts. We are living in a scary world.
Right.
And we can't see them right now, but people have these sightings at night. Their mind is in a more relaxed state to acknowledge these things. Psychics, mediums, they can see these things every day. If we cannot see them during the day, because we're not open to that perception, anyone listening to this is going to start seeing ghosts and dead people now every night. You're welcome. But could that be the reason why this world is in such hellish shape, and why civilization, as we know, it's collapsing? If you just look around in the news, all this monstrousness going on. Terrorism, war, poverty, avarice.
Evil decisions by, corporations, all following the money, root of all evil.
These people could be possessed. A lot of our leaders, politicians, CEOs, are possessed by demons, goblins, demonic possession. These evil spirits are feeding their desire for greed because they say, this is scientific. Scientifical. Such a majority of the people running for positions of power, leaders, CEOs, have the traits of sociopathic, totally insane people. So scientifically we know that our leaders are psychopaths and sociopaths.
Yeah.
and greed is the beating heart of capitalism. So here we are in our nation just coming into sync and fusing with these evil spirits. That's why I don't want any part of it. I don't want any part of it. I just want to be a being of light and love. I don't know about you.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Okay.
Here it is. The irony is, I believe, as you were saying, the things you were saying, is that as people are elevated by wealth or fame or whatever it is, they tend to forget that they are still one with nature. No matter what it is, this is a jungle. We are animals in a jungle, no matter how fancy we want to make it. And it just seems ironic to me that the ones that get the furthest away from the earth, being of light and love, I believe leave themselves susceptible to a possession or being controlled, because if you're not of the earth and of the planet and of the beings that populate it and whatever it is, then what are you? And if as people we don't even understand how everything hangs in a balance and everything, if we as people and beings of light and love, if we can't understand all of it, how is it you're going to understand what you are if you are not of the earth? So the more you're elevated, the more delusional you become, the more convoluted your reality is. And I believe it's then that you are susceptible to anything, to being controlled by anything. Let it be demons, or I'm sure on a very low scale, it's maybe you can be possessed by a saint, or the just goodness of whatever it is. We see those people all the time, but in the end, they end up looking more evil to me than they are good, because you'll get these people that open up these mega churches and start these cults and all that, who are essentially think themselves some sort of being of positivity and love and everything. So there's a lot of ways to look at it.
Yeah. I just think it's the way our system is built, our civilization. Washington, D.C. is built in satanic occult alignments of pentagrams with obelisks and all of these esoteric symbols of evil. And also, like I said, greed is the beating heart of capitalism, and money is the root of all evil. I was doing some research today, something you may have heard of, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's a pyramid. This is a personality theorist. He has these levels of the pyramid just as a diagram. And at the top of the pyramid is self-actualization, like transcending the self. Your base is food, shelter, hunger, right? And then you go up the pyramid a few steps, and it's like stuff like belonging, love, like feeling loved, things of that sort, right? It basically says once you meet all of your needs, you can think at that higher level of being self-actualized. We, as like I was saying, our society is not built towards that. Even he said that 1 or 2 out of 100 will ever become self-actualized, less than 1 or 2%. So that's why you'll only see once in a while somebody that is on that selfless potential saint.
Yeah.
Like somebody that actually cares about put other people's needs ahead of theirs.
Yeah.
Our society isn't even geared to accommodate that. So that explains so much, and it just wraps up with the goblins that are attacking us and possessing us. Like Hillary Clinton, I believe, is possessed by demons. Now, I mean, I could say the same thing for Trump also.
Right.
So this is a very scary time we're in, and this could be the end of civilization as we know it, folks. One of the Department of Homeland Security analysts predicted food spike prices 395%.
Wow.
That could collapse society right now. We've got the stuff in Europe going on. Brexit,
yeah.
Which I support, even though Britain, that's really the heart and soul of the New World Order. But EU is also the New World Order.
Right.
So this is kind of like very confusing right now.
And they've got the whole, subprime thing going on. Everybody, trashing the euro, just killing its value. I don't blame them for pulling out. I knew that that's how they were going to vote. If they didn't, I knew it'd be something politically driven or whatever it is. But they set up that whole thing. You know what I mean? They set it up, but they're still in power, so it would suit them to pull out. It's not like they're giving up on a plan. No, it's everybody else that got involved with the plan screwed it up, and they're like, okay, I'm out.
I think the New World Order is going to just keep accelerating, collapse society. Then they're going to bring everyone into one governance. Every country, no matter what, is controlled by the Rothschilds and the central bankers, We need to purge the earth of central bankers, and then we can have heaven on earth. The New World Order is just going to still be controlled by the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, George Soros, these criminal psychopaths and ruling families that have been running the world ever since the year 2000 BC. You know what I mean?
Right. Now with digital money and analytics pinching off fractions of a cent, sucking that out of any and everything they possibly can, it's just their money grows exponentially. They print it, bringing the worth down. For us, we throw it at whatever it is we can because it's essentially worthless for us at this level. And the whole process just gives them more and more power, you know?
I really think that this civilization will be collapsing within our lifetime. And I really want to see if we can just wake enough people up to avoid this.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, at the same time, I don't know if it is avoidable, but I think being awake and will just give us strength to maneuver through all of it, through any of it, in whatever state. I think we're, honestly, I believe, though there are some scary places in the world, I mean, even our own country, but though there is technology and, you know, helping hands between nations, you know, feeding, I feel like the entire globe is in a state of kind of la-di-da. The world is in a pre-9/11 state, even though we're all dealing with these tragedies and weather-related atrocities. There is going to be a moment where things change and the entire globe will go through a, quote-unquote, for lack of a better term, a 9/11 moment where it's going to be like, wow, we've been really wronged, and who's to blame? We are all to blame.
Obama better not send an earthquake to the San Andreas Fault. He sent the earthquake to Haiti, and, you know, he's been sending tsunamis throughout his whole... Sorry for cursing. He's been sending tsunamis, and so is Bush. They were sending them to Sri Lanka and Japan. They're using weather modification to destroy countries, and then all of a sudden, then the New World Order can sweep in and be the savior.
Mm-hmm.
Get behind us, old man like. Rothschild.
Yeah. Here to save the day. Sign here.
Old Man Rothschild, which Old Man Burns from The Simpsons was modeled after.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Wake up. Stay woke, my friends.